this was pretty fun. I had 2 different games, 2 different opponents, both of them I mulliganed to 3. Then I had a 3rd game, I don't remember which one that was, but we'll, hopefully it'll be interesting. So, anyway, my opponent is playing first Vingard there, and I've already given away the beginning of this game. He seems to be playing Safi Eric's daughter. And so, this hand was a mulligan, so I take a mulligan. This hand's probably not keepable. Definitely not keepable. Probably not keepable. So this was the hand that I kept against him. And let's see how it works out. Luckily I top deck Scalding Tarn there. So end of turn I fetch myself a pool. Draw another land. I'm pretty happy about seeing land. Well, that's going to change soon, as you'll see. So he plays a Sterling Grove and puts Enchantress's Presence on top of his deck. So I play Edric and right away I just kill him and go get Oracle of Moldiah, revealing Chrome Mox, not what you want to see at this point in the game. So he plays his Presence, but I've got some time. I draw, and the Mox and the next 2 cards are both lands, and the 3rd card down is land, which is pretty awful, so I play Edric again, and chomp. Away he goes, and since he's playing, obviously, Enchantress, I go get Glanilendra, leaving a blue up, and I figure, and also shuffling away the land that's on top of my deck, well, into another land, so, okay. Like, Oracle's putting in some serious work, but, what a flood. So he plays Prison turn. Glen can attack, block, or use its activated abilities. And he can move it around. If I play another creature, he can move it. I just leave Glen. I don't try to counter that. Instead, I look at this land, land, and land. My goodness. So I go ahead and just eat Glanilendra with the pod. Figure out how exactly I want to do it. And that's why I didn't counter the term. If I would have sacked her to counter it, I could have played Edric and attack for 1 and drew a card and then killed her off. This way I get to keep her countering ability in play. So I search for Deranged Hermit, my only 5-drop. Finally no more lands on top of the deck. And then tap for an easy Edric there. Pass the turn. So he goes for a Verdurn Enchantress, which of course I can't counter. The thing is, if you're not familiar with the Enchantress's effects, it's whenever they trigger on cast. So even if I counter the enchantment that he casts, if he does cast an enchantment, he's going to draw extra cards. But I'm not too worried about him drawing extra cards, actually. I think the person who is going to be drawing the most cards this game is me. So even though a Snapcaster is cool, I've got no target, so I just shuffle it away for an Arbor so I can draw more cards with Edric. And look at that, Garruk right on top. Finally some good luck there, so I can easily pay for Hermit knowing that I'm going to get to untap Cradle. And more land off the top, so I play it and get down with Garruk. And then, although I'd like to draw a Mana Drain, I'm sure I'll draw a counter here when I draw a ton of cards. I'm just going to remove a blocker and also remove a source of card drawing for him. So I go ahead and just sacrifice Edric again prior to combat and fetch myself Sower, who steals Verdurn. And then, still prior to combat, I just recast my commander yet again. Still having not played a land. Let's get that commander down. Okay. And then I prep to attack. Sending in, before I can even send in everybody, he gives up. This is a pretty awesome mulligan to 3. Also shows off the crazy potential power of Oracle of Moldiah. So here I was playing against Mystic Toastman, who I think I blocked right after this game. I think this was the game that I mulliganed to 3. And he is playing something way too expensive to be any good. So I mulligan because I didn't like that hand because this wasn't quick enough. I mulligan this hand because I just don't think it's quick enough. I mulligan this hand, no plays, and I keep this because it's got first turn play. And I draw a land. So, mulligan to 3, going first, turn 2 Edric, plays a blocker, snap it back to his hand, draw 2 cards. Look at this Mana Crypt. Scrib Ranger, untap my elf, replay my land, pass through the turn, and mystical into turn 4, natural order. And that's it. He gives up and then complains because it's a casual format. I think that's why I ended up blocking him. Yeah, well, you know, I offered to link him to the website, the EDH website, where he can verify that the cards that I'm playing are all legal. You know, the guys that invented the format. But he doesn't want to hear it. He wants to have the power of Wizards of the Coast through shame. Unfortunately, no, that's not going to work, bud. Oh yeah, so this was the third game that I wanted to display. I remember this because it was quite interesting how powerful my opponent's start was. But I also have a crazy start on my side of the board. So he's going first. And look what he has here. First turn Dark Confident off a Crypt. And this Erebos, of all the gods that I've seen people use as a commander, this one has the most potential for sure. Because paying 2 life to draw a card and even 2 mana is nothing. This is like a amazing mono black control deck card, while Skithrix is the better commander for, you know, finishing somebody off. But for mono black control, this is a godsend. I mean, this is greed on demand, indestructible, prevents your opponent from gaining life in the event that that's an issue. They can't, for no good reason. I don't even know why they tacked that on there. And then it's just a card drawing machine. So I mean, anyway, so look at this. He's got a Bone Shredder revealed, so I'm not going to be... it's kind of a problem, you know. He's going to be slowing me down pretty good, so... He's already drawn 2 cards, and it's turn 2, and he's got 4 mana. And down comes his commander, so... all my life game hopes and dreams have been shattered. So I play Gilded Lotus into Jace and go ahead and just bounce his guy to keep him from drawing a card, and hopefully use up a little bit of his mana this turn. Mana he won't be able to spend on Erebos. And he dinks around with casting Dark Confident and extorting me with his Basilica Screecher, a 1/2 creature. So it does ensure that I won't be able to just bounce the Confidant again. So what I do is I +2 Jace on myself and get rid of a Ranger, and then throw down blocker number 1, blocker number 2, blocker number 3 to protect Jace, and pass the turn. So he reveals a Swamp and plays... I mean, he's got tons of mana, he's got cards. So he plays his Bone Shredder that we kind of expected on the worst possible target. I mean, the correct target is Bloom Tender. You don't kill my commander, I'm just going to replay him. But that's the play he makes. People seem to do that a lot. I think it's terrible. So Jace loses a counter, and I draw Merchant Scroll. Perfect. So, first I scroll, and I go get... what do you go get? Well, I go get Mystical Tutor. And then I Mystical Tutor for Natural Order. And then I Jace Natural Order into my hand, getting rid of Elf and a Forest. Oh, Sackland, rather. And get ready to Natural Order him, and he gives up. Very interesting choice there for him to give up. Bone Shredder was going to die due to not being able to pay the Echoes, and so he was going to kill Crypt Swamp. But he was going to get Elephants and be able to draw a card into my turn, then draw a card off a Confidant, so he would have had enough creatures to potentially would he have been able to kill Jace? Yeah, you could have got in and killed Jace, so he could have killed my Jace, and getting more mana for him wouldn't have been too hard. I mean, obviously I have Karn, so he doesn't know that. Something to kill Erebos, but yeah. So interesting games. Hope you enjoyed it. It's just another reason why I think, you know, Monolith Lotus belongs in this deck. You just do crazy things. It allows you to keep up with them when they do crazy things. Anyway, here's the deck list. It hasn't changed from the last few videos. Looks like Karn is hiding over here. I haven't organized the lands like I usually do for my videos, and you're seeing some red marks on them. But if you check out any of the previous 2 or 3 videos, it's the same deck list. So anyway, that's it. I just wanted to show you those games, those 2 mulligan to 3s and that crazy start, and just to reconfirm the power of this deck. So thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.